Alright, hello everybody. I know it's been quite a while, but I've had kind of an adventurous summer. It's also been hotter than hell, quite a lot of the time. But, fall is here, things are cooling down a little bit. But the video game release schedule is kind of heating up, and I'm really excited about Mega Man 11, which comes out in just a couple of days. So to get ready for that, and I do want to stream Mega Man 11, but to get ready for it, I picked up the Mega Man X Legacy Collections, both 1 and 2, even though getting 2 is just kind of a mistake. Like, even if you get the physical copy of the Legacy Collections, the second one with X5 through 8, it comes as a download code only instead of a physical disc, so you can't accidentally play any garbage X games. Legacy Collection 1, on the other hand, has 1 through 4, which are the good ones, and some of the best games that the X series has to offer. Like, I think the original X is the best of them all. I would probably rate them, 1, 4, 2, 3, but, they're all very close together. I just think X has the best soundtrack and weapons and all that. So that's what we're going to play tonight. Mega Man X. Let's skip over this story stuff. Story in Mega Man is only fun if it's told in the form of awful, awful anime cutscenes, like in X4. Alright. So first thing you do when you play Mega Man X is change the controls. Put the dash on R. I do that because I don't want any one finger to be responsible for more than 2 things. Like, my left thumb is doing movement, my left pointer finger is doing weapon selection, and now the right pointer is going to get the dash action going, and then the right thumb will jump and shoot. If you don't change it, then your right thumb is responsible for 3 things at once, and that messes with me. I have a hard time with it. So as an intro to a new Mega Man series, X is nearly perfect. And the one thing I don't, or rather the one major misstep it has, is that it doesn't start you with the dash. And as a result of that, it kind of dictates boss order. And the boss order that it dictates makes it so that you don't get to see all of the cool stuff that the game has to offer, and that's kind of sad. So, we're going to make sure that we check everything out. We get our first mini-boss, which is the B-copter here. And while the boss itself is unremarkable, the arena here is set up to show us one of the key innovations of the X series. Oh no, I'm stuck. I don't have Rush. In fact, Rush isn't here at all. But what you can do in the X series is climb. You can just jump up walls. It's an excellent mechanic, and I don't think all the games quite make use of it as much as they should, but this game does a pretty good job of it. Being able to add verticality to Mega Man levels without it being too frustrating is a pretty huge thing for the level designer's toolbox, and I enjoy it greatly. That jump really trips people up from time to time, and so does this section with the crumbling blocks. I remember I raced this game a couple of times, and one of the races, everybody fell into that one pit near the on-ramp. And it's okay if we take a little damage here. In fact, I'm going to actively avoid that health. Actually, that pit's also nasty, if you don't know exactly how far Mega Man can jump. I do want to get a little damage on me, because it helps speed through the first boss here. Life gain. So pretty soon we're going to fight our first boss, but we can't actually beat him. It's a fight you have to lose, which is another thing I don't really like in games in general. But if you're trying to play as quickly as possible, you want to take a lot of damage so that you immediately, quote-unquote, win the fight. We haven't quite taken enough damage, though. So notice he doesn't even have a life bar. Can't even try. Once you get down to 3, he'll shock you, and we'll meet Vile. Honestly, I kinda did think I could defeat him, since it's, you know, not cool to have an unbeatable boss in Mega Man. This might be apocryphal, but my recollection is I remember reading something to the effect of this new character we just met, Zero, was supposed to be the replacement for Mega Man for this series and just be the main character. But I guess Capcom figured, yeah, nobody wants to play without Mega Man, so here he is. Zero later got his own series, though. The basic story for Mega Man X is, you know, Dr. Light, Dr. Wily are both long dead, but before passing on, Dr. Light created X and sealed him in a tube. X is the first of a series of robots with free will, and the tube was there to test him to make sure that he wouldn't, you know, destroy all humans. This guy, Dr. Kane, shows up, finds the capsule buried, revives X, and then just makes a bunch of copies of him. Or, rather, robots in his image called Reploids. These have not been tested thoroughly, and as you might expect, things go horribly wrong. And now there are 8 bosses to kill. So, one of the features of Mega Man X is that some of the stages will change based on your actions in other stages. The game wants us to do Chill Penguin first, because this is where you get the dash. It's actually straight up mandatory. But if we do this first, we will miss out on the original form of this stage. So, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a challenge here, and take on Flame Mammoth stage, unaltered, and without the dash. And without any special weapons, for that matter. It's pretty tough. So as you can see down there, below this thing, is lava. It hurts, significantly. Ooh, that's some input delay. That's because of how I am sitting. I have a little bit of input delay. I've got a big stack of books in front of me that has my microphone on it. My headset stopped working a while back. That'll make things a little bit more challenging, having to sit so that everything works correctly. Whoa, okay. Whoop, I gotta be a little bit quiet for this part. It's tough. Okay, so you see that heart down there? You might notice that X's health is very low compared to a classic Mega Man game, but you can increase it by getting these heart containers. Now, I can't get this one yet, but after we do Chill Penguin stage, we can come back here and get it. And we can get some other stuff too. I'm not going to come back here right away, though. I want to finish another stage first. Those are crushers. I'm sure you can guess what happens if a crusher gets you. It's not pretty. Oop. Close one there. And these guys are kind of the descendants of Sniper Joe. Sniper Joe, the worst Mega Man enemy. It's unfortunate that he has descendants at all. But here we are. Almost to the end. Yeah, you don't want to take the middle path there, because getting past that Sniper Joe equivalent is kind of a pain. Alright, time for Flame Mammoth. And yeah, jumping through boss doors is still cool here. I hope they fixed that for Mega Man 11. I was physically wounded when I saw the video of gravity taking hold of Mega Man when he was trying to jump through boss doors. So Flame Mammoth is very big. He jumps, and if you're on the ground when he hits, bad things happen. Uh-oh. Yeah, not having the dash is rough. Oh, not good. Yeah, having the dash makes it a lot easier to dodge, because you can dash and jump off of walls and get a lot of distance that way. So fighting any of the bosses without it is quite tough. Oop. Doing a little better this time. That was a heck of a jump. Alright, so if he gets that oil slick with his flames, bad things are going to happen. They will erupt into a giant column of flame, and that will not be good. Uh-oh. Alright, so he can't get us from that far back. Whoa! It's a heck of a jump! And you might notice that the boss music is amazing in this game. I think it's the best in the whole Mega Man series. Oh. Come on over. Oh no! Alright, got him. I'm just gonna move this just a little bit. My right Joy-Con was desyncing just a little bit, but if I move it here, it should be fine. So one of the great things about Mega Man X are the special weapons. They're all great. I love all of these weapons. So we're going to put them to use quite a bit. Chill Penguin is kind of a joke. He's the easiest boss in the game, and it's kind of embarrassing when you die to him, which sadly happens sometimes. This is Flame Mammoth's weapon. It's just a flamethrower. It's very good. Range on it isn't the best, but it's especially good when you gotta deal with stuff like these woodcutters. We don't need too much of it for the boss, so I'm going to use it fairly liberally. So at this point, you're probably getting the opinion like, wow, I wish I could, jump a little farther, a little more reliably. And that is that's the game's way of getting you ready. And I'm having a hard time with this jump. And it is supposed to be annoying, but not fatal. It's supposed to, it's there to make you think, I wish I just had a little bit more distance. And it's a great game design trick because the game's about to give you that distance that you need. Now we get that classic message from Dr. Light. Also really good music. Dr. Light, of course, knows, like, he knew automatically, like, the second he sealed X-Way that he screwed up. Thus, power-ups. So this is the equivalent to the slide in the classic Mega Man games. It is a lot better in basically every way. Not the least of which is, you can jump from the slide without, precise input timing, and you actually get extra distance and speed. And you can do stuff like that. It's great. So, ride armor is another kind of new thing. It's a little like the mech suit in Mega Man 6, except good. And as you can see, because I came here with a flamethrower, that's the only thing that can destroy these igloos, by the way, other than the ride armor. But because I came here with the flamethrower, we can get the heart tank, and thus only have to backtrack once. Alright, Chill Penguin. Kind of a joke. Very weak to the flamethrower. So weak, though, that, he's got his own animation for getting whacked by it. Whoop. So you can stun lock him. If you have even the slightest input delay, though, you might be able to get out of it. Oh, no, maybe he can always get out of it. Well, he's dead now. The only thing he's out of is this mortal coil. So the weapon demonstration there doesn't actually show you what's good about Shotgun Ice. The good thing about Shotgun Ice is that when it hits a wall, it splits into 5 bullets and shatters and goes backwards. Next up, gonna do Storm Eagle. I don't have his weakness or anything like that. And the stage is kind of tough, but the boss is easy, and I can pick up 3 items here. Here's Shotgun Ice. You can see when it hits something, it splits. It's pretty good. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. Well-hidden hard tank over there. Normally I'm not a fan of items being hidden, by going left at the start instead of right, but I think that's sufficiently clever. And the ricochet function there coming in real handy. That grabber, those yellow crane game things, they're crane game things. They pick you up and they throw you. Alright, so the E-Tank we picked up is a sub-tank. It does not work like the E-Tanks in the classic series. Anytime you pick up health while your health is currently full, whoop, it'll go to the E-Tank, and then you can summon up that health later on if you need it. A little fighting fire with fire there. Uh-oh. Well, that's okay, Mega Man. Might not have the length there, but you still got enough girth to blast that thing with your X-Buster. Whoops. Uh-huh. That's a little bit of that racing technique is coming back into my brain. My recollection is that my strategy for this part was to just tank the damage and jump through. Alright, so we got our second piece of armor. Literally all this is good for is getting items. Like, there are a few places in the entire game where there are walls or ceilings that you need to break with the helmet, and that's it. I don't really think the helmet gets good until X3, where it gives you a map of the... when you enter an area in X3, the helmet gives you a map and shows you where all the cool stuff is. And then in X4, it's just amazing. It makes all your weapons cost 0! 4 is definitely the best iteration of the helmet, you know, bar none. And, just in case you were worried this wasn't a Mega Man game, there are Mets. Still adorable. Still dead. Uh-oh. So if you get caught by the crane game things, you kind of have to mash left and right a little bit to shake 3. I'm not very good at the whole mashing thing. Very cool boss arena, I think. This is the plane, the carrier from the intro stage. Or rather, it was, because, you know, Mega Man just blows it up. And now you fight Storm Eagle on the falling plane. It's very cool. So Storm Eagle, this is basically what he does. He's got a couple other attacks that don't actually damage you, they just knock you backwards. So the sides of the arena are, of course, instant death. But the Storm Tornado doesn't do anything to you. Ooh. Gotta be careful, I've only got one hit left. Yeah, that's right. Stay on the ground where your attacks don't do anything good. Ugh. Oh no! There we go. Evacuate. Evacuate! Like how the sky just keeps getting faster and faster and faster until you teleport away. The Storm Tornado, another great weapon. Doesn't do any damage to you when Storm Eagle uses it, but it does a ton of damage to enemies and it can hit them numerous times. Alright, so now that's out of the way, we're going to do the one backtrack, and that is back to Flame Mammoth stage. Got everything I need to get all the cool stuff. So, since we beat Chill Penguin, the weather control got out of control, and now this place is iced over, including freezing the lava. So basically, most of the stage just doesn't exist anymore. You just dash right through. So first thing we're going to do is get the heart tank. There's also a sub-tank in here. And after we've got that, I'm going to go ahead and deal with the most difficult power-up in the game. Oops. Alright, so the helmet is supposed to break, ceilings, but you can also just kick these things in. There we go. And with that out of the way, there's another place where those blocks are. And that is right here. So this is very difficult. I still screw it up all the time, so I'm gonna shut up for a moment. Ah, no! I think I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, I am screwed. Alright, well, one of the good things about doing the stage first before you come back, or rather, doing the stage first and then coming back later, is that it opens up the escape option, so when you screw that up, you can just restart. And like, you keep the sub-tank, keep the heart tank, you just get another shot at the ceiling. And a little more health in your sub-tank. It's like, yeah, that's right. Ah! And it's always so easy until you turn on your stream and do it, and then suddenly it's very difficult. I suppose this one's tough. It's always tough, but the last couple times I played this game, first try. This time, not so much. Oh, hey, Hawk, yeah. I got some Mega Man right here. Here it is. An endless hour of jumping at this ceiling. Your favorite. Ah, yeah, I was wondering if anybody would notice. I messed with my... Whoops. Yes! I messed with my audio settings, and everything sounds a lot better now. And I succeeded. We're gonna get a Buster power-up. This lets us charge our X-Buster up to, the 4th or 3rd level of power. And charge up all the weapons. So here's the 3rd level of power. It's very cool. Future games just ruined that. I don't know why. But you can also do stuff like this. That one's okay. Storm Tornado's very good. This can one-shot at least one mini-boss. And I particularly like this one. Woo! Yeah, charging up the sub-weapons is very cool. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, who is next? I like to do Launch Octopus next. I don't have his weakness either. But, this is another case of the stage being tough, and I think Launch Octopus is pretty easy, but he puts a lot of projectiles onto the screen. So I can certainly see why you'd have trouble with him. But since we got Storm Tornado, let's demonstrate why it's so good. These turtles normally take quite a number of shots. They're a real pain. but you can just blow through them with the Storm Tornado. Maybe tanking a little too much damage. Alright, so let's see how this does. So this mini-boss is easy for now. However, in just a little short amount of time, we're going to fight it over pits of spikes, and its sucking and blowing action is going to be very obnoxious. Yes, this is the collection on the Switch. Oh, Huck, you were at the Penguins game? Heck yeah. I am very ready for hockey to start. Let's just see how this does. Whoa. Oh no, I'm super dead. I'm very dead. Oh, not dead. Yep, October 4th is hockey, and you might wonder why I'm streaming tonight when I usually stream on Sundays. It's because the Steelers play Ravens tomorrow night. And, well, when the Steelers screw up on Sunday Night Football, I get salty, and you wouldn't like me when I'm salty. Oh, I'm so bad at this mini-boss, this is terrible. I wish you could just... Oh, nope. Nope, nope. Oh, no. No! Yes! Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, that mini-boss is just... It's the bane of my existence. Everybody out there who has a tough time with that one, I absolutely feel your pain. You saw it right there. My thumbs hurt. But we got through it, huh? So, we're gonna blow up this ship. It's gonna be great. It's the only place we're gonna be able to get to use the fire here, because as you can see, when you're underwater, it doesn't work. Now we get yet another mini-boss. This stage has 4 mini-bosses, by the way. This one's a lot easier than the last one, though, since you can just stand on it and blow it away. Yeah, you might have, Hawk definitely noticed, but they did not fix the flag. This is a very faithful emulation of the game. And I've got a filter on it to give it kind of the CRT feeling to it. I really like the filter on it. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's cool. Reminds me of playing back home. Whoops. Yeah, I gotta, I accidentally put the Joy-Con back behind the books and it stopped working. Alright, so here's the final mini-boss. It is also the Serpent. Capcom got a lot of money out of this Serpent. I actually don't know if any of the weapons are good against. Oh yeah, no, there's no way. I'm not using a smoothing filter. Heck no. I do think that's one of the options, but it's not happening. Not smoothing. And if you hear that wow, wow, wow in the background, like that's a classic That's a classic Capcom noise. Like, this is when Capcom was at the top of their game. For music and the like. Oh, it's so good. I love the soundtrack of this game. If the filters are never done well, how do you know? How do you know it can be done? I've never seen it personally. So yeah, Watch Octopus lives up to his name. Lots of projectiles. You don't want him to get you with that attack because it lets him suck your health out. It's not cool. I am not doing a very good job of dodging this guy. The bad ports of FF5 and 6? Oh, do you mean the PlayStation versions? I don't know that I remember what those look like. Oops. Ill-advised jump is ill-advised. I gotta be, playing a little bit better. Oh, the Steam version. Ugh. Yeah, the Steam version's hideous. That's beyond filters, that's just... It's that bad mobile game port, right? Ugh. Yeah, I don't own any of the Steam ports of Final Fantasy games. I play them all on Super Nintendo. Which reminds me, I need to load up my SNES Classic with all the good stuff. There we go. Alright, let's see. Got a screenshot there. Ooh, yeah, that's nasty. That's really ugly. I'm not gonna put that... I'm not gonna put that on air because it makes me barf. But I absolutely see what you mean. Oh, alright, so we got homing missile. Homing missile is, you guessed it, another great weapon. I love homing missile. It's especially useful when you get those vertical stages like this one. Alright, yeah, there it is. Okay, maybe I can't get by Sniper Joe because he's the worst. But it's real good with that. And it's good here, too. And now we're gonna go back to some Storm Tornado. Oops. Alright. Maybe I was trying to show off just a little bit there. I'm gonna do it again because it's cool. Now, these spikes, you know what they'll do if they hit you, right? Death. And the scary part is that the walls are spiked as well. So if you dash too far, death. Got those Dalek guns going. Now, this place has a very interesting heart tank that you can't get unless you're a cool dude. Or gal. Either's fine. The key part is being cool. So it's up there, right? First we're going to blast that. Now what we gotta do is get chill. Like real chill. Surf's up. And I blew it. Of course I blew it. It's okay though. It's not like you go flying into a pit if you screw that one up. Do I have to dash? I think I might have to dash. That could be what I'm messing up here. Ah, there we go. I needed to stand on the other edge. Okay. That makes sense. Let's finish this thing off. Also, by the way, another great level soundtrack. And they do get you. They get you to use a lot of homing missile here, and it's also Boomer Quanger's weakness. Fortunately, he takes so much damage that even though we used half of it, everything will be fine. You just don't want him to grab you with those pincers. I don't remember if he auto-kills you. I don't think he does. But he's got a grab where he slams you off the ceiling. Oop. While the grab looks cool, I don't really want to be subject to it. Alright, that's 5 down. We've been going for about 45 minutes. If memory serves, that means that the best players at Mega Man X will have already finished the game. I think the best time I ever did was about an hour. And, I don't think it was enough to win that race. Alright. Next up, let's do Sting Chameleon, get the, last armor piece. So Sting Chameleon stage is another one that transforms a little if you've beaten a previous boss. And we'll see the transformation pretty early on. Also another great level soundtrack. Hopper got me. Alright, so if we head down here, we can see that it's flooded. Now if we came down here without beating Launch Octopus, this would not be flooded. And because it's flooded, we can do this. Otherwise, death. Whoops. There we go. So you want to beat Launch Octopus first before you come here, so that you can get the heart tank. And we also want to come up here. to fight a mid-boss. This guy kind of takes forever. But we do have to fight him. Oops. And we gotta fight him, because after we beat him, we get the body armor upgrade. And that, I believe, halves damage. Let's play a lot more Cavalier-like. And I'm using the Tornado here because it is easy to hit him with, and it can hit him 3 times per go. And he takes like 64 hits with the regular Mega Buster. This is a lot faster. Escaping up the walls is just a really, really sound strategy for boss fights in this game. A lot of them can't get you up there at all, or their tools for doing so are easily telegraphed and easily punished. Anytime, though. Anytime he would like to just explode, that would be brilliant. Perfect. Yeah, half damage. That's the good stuff. And now he's got that sleek white armor everywhere. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, these guys, they just explode if you hit them with the shotgun ice. It gets stuck inside them, especially if you're up real close, and they just melt. Now that I got half damage, though, I'm just kind of gonna ignore them. It's fine. Good place for homing missile. Ah, worms. Let's see. Oh no, I can't get him with that. I thought I was gonna trick him, but I guess not. We got a super fun ride armor segment. You can't actually take damage while you're in the ride armor, so this makes it good for loading up on health. Fortunately, I've got that missing bar that's gonna make... Oops. Yeah. I got a little bit. A little bit of health. Yeah. It's fine. It's okay. We're just gonna wreck this dude anyway. So Sting Chameleon has a number of very interesting attacks, but you can essentially stun lock him as well. Yeah, he can hang up there and shake a bunch of spikes down from the ceiling. Those spikes, fortunately, are not auto-kills. Now that tail shot, that's his special weapon, the Chameleon Sting. That's what we're going to get right about now. This thing is... It's useful in... It's not as useful uncharged as it is charged, let's put it that way. When you charge this up, you become invincible. for a period of time. Its uncharged version is best for, the boss it's good against, or bosses that it is good against. But it's also good for those, big fat blue robots, for, like, the first stage of the game. And they also happen to show up here as well. We'll get some use out of it. It'll be fine. Mainly because it hits 3 times. This is another stage that changes. You can see the lights are turning on and off here. If we had not beaten Storm Eagle by now, this place would be very bright the whole time, and the floor would be full of electricity. And another mini-boss later on would be a lot more difficult. So another function of the cutter is that it really is a boomerang. It can get stuff for you. Oops. Alright, can't get out that way. There we go. And actually we're going to burn that guy up. I do want to save... Okay, so this part is very annoying. And that is why we're going to do this. It's fine, just skip it. Except for this guy. Alright, so this sub-boss can be very tricky if you haven't beaten Storm Eagle first, because he would shoot lightning and stuff at you. Instead, this is going to happen to him, and he's not going to like it very much. Alright, let's get a little homing torpedo action. In addition to being good against things above you, it's good against things that are below you. Now then, the heart for this stage is... Oops. We want a tornado for this. The heart for the stage is right up here. Now, I think you could get this with the cutter as well. Yes, but you can also get it by jumping around like that. And why don't I switch over to cutter a little bit? Oh, because it doesn't go down. Other does go down, just not in this particular instance. Oops. Alright. So another tricky section here that we will trivialize with Chameleon Sting. Speed is really of the essence with that. There are a lot of tough portions of the game that you can actually just completely bypass. In a way, it's kind of like Rush. Oops. This is Spark Mandrill. You can stunlock this guy. If you saw those purple orbs of energy, that's what we get for beating him. That's another one that I think is better off charged, because you can make these walls of energy that just split the entire screen. But other than that, I don't really use the Spark Shot too much. It's, on the hierarchy of weapons in the game, it's not that good. But it's way better than the average Mega Man weapon. And that means that we've just got one more Robot Master left. That's Armored Armadillo. Now, I'm not going to get the Hadoken. Like, the Hadoken's really cool, but it's not practical, and it takes a lot of time. And, you know, I know it's late at night for some people, and they just want to see Sigma get blown up. So, we're not gonna do the Hadoken tonight. Whee! This level is a lot of fun. I like it so much. The minecarts? Yeah, that's the stuff. This place is really good for filling your sub-tanks because it creates a lot of infinitely spawning bats. And they just love dropping energy. They can't stop it. Alright, so the first thing to get is back here. That's the last sub-tank. Oops. So yeah, the gimmick is that the Crusher can get rid of the walls that you need to get some items. Now, in the first part, you want to let it go by so you can get the E-Tank, but to get the Heart Tank, we're going to need to race it or destroy it. And, you know, obviously I prefer to destroy it. Super fighting robot, and, you know, all that good stuff. Oh, where's my flamethrower? Here it is. Can't go anywhere without my flamethrower. Very good weapon. Worthy of getting first picked, as it were. Oh, spiky death cart. Oh, I love you. Whoops. It's easy to mess up on spiky death cart, though, and just wind up dead. Alright, here we go. Rip Crusher. So, if the Crusher got to here, then this wall wouldn't be here, we couldn't make the jump, and we'd be sad. But, thanks to flamethrowers, everything's great. Oops. The slowdown. It's delicious. So up here is where the Hadoken would be. You have to have everything, all the hearts, all the sub-tanks, I think they all have to be full. Then you have to get to the end, here, with full health, kill yourself, repeat it 5 times. It's a pain, and you can only use the Hadoken at full life anyways, and who's at full life? Not me. Alright. This guy transforms if you hit him with the spark. He loses his armor, and that takes away his ability to just bounce all around the room, and forces him to use the rolling shield, which is not a great offensive weapon, but it does create a shield that lets you, It's not quite invincibility, like it shields you from stuff, but it also damages things you contact, so it is different than the Charged Chameleon Sting, and you use it in different places. In fact, the first Sigma stage, we're going to use it. I'll just save there. Yeah, somehow blowing up a bunch of robots tells us where the fortress is. Oh, great. Good stuff. More excellent music. Like, the soundtrack to this game is so good. I highly recommend listening to it on YouTube. Oh, another good one. This is... Man, this game is so good. Alright, here we go. Step 1. Turtles. Always important to guard your base. Plenty of turtles. No one can defeat them. Their shells are too powerful. At least that's the theory. Alright. So this is what the shield looks like as a weapon. It's kind of lame. However, this part is very difficult if you do not have it charged up. Because... Oops. I mean, obviously it's difficult if, you know, you just throw yourself into a pit. I have plenty of lives, I'll be fine. But as you're ascending those platforms, the purple spiky things come after you. And they will knock you off and kill you all the time. It's wretched. However, with charged rolling shield, they bounce off and die and are sad. Oops. Oh, that's not good. That's very not good. Okay. Nope. Nope. A dash input got eaten there. I don't know if it's because of the shield or what. Fortunately, it lasts a really long time. Oh my goodness. Tough times for Mega Man X. Oh, actually, I don't know that you can dash while this is active. That could be the, issue. Lasts forever, though, it seems. This is the longest it's ever held up. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, man. I'm doing pretty good at the shoot part, but the jump part has been a bit of an issue in this stage. You know what they say, all you gotta do is jump and shoot. But I think jump tends to be... jump is the more important one of the two. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Yes! Okay, great. Let me just get through here. Oh, notice for something. Oh, Jake Eddie's now hosting me. Thank you. Alright, time for payback. Maybe. We'll see if Zero can deal with it. I mean, he's supposed to be all cool. He's got a lightsaber. I don't know if they show you in this game, but he has a lightsaber. I'm sure he won. It'll be great. Everything will be just fine. Zero definitely won. Yep. Never mind. Oh yeah? Well, I did the jump in Flame Mammoth stage, and now I have a pink shot. That's right. What do you think about that? Huh? That's not going so well, huh? So even though you have the powered up Buster and all these special weapons and all this good stuff, you still can't beat Vile. I mean, I'm even giving the old flamethrower treatment. It's not a... Whoa! What is that moonwalk stuff? I've never seen him do that before. That was great. Oh no! Zero self-destructs. And without that ride armor, though, we could beat Vile. On 4 health. It's fine. You just get all your health back. I don't know how Vile's actually looking at our health bar, but he knows that that's BS. Oops. Oh, that's not good. So you can mash to get out of that. The real thing that's annoying about Vile is that he can just attack you from off screen. It's definitely cheating, but he is kind of a supervillain, so I guess it's in character. Oh, I say kind of cheating. It's extreme cheating. Not to ruin a touching moment here, but he's got blood. He's a robot. They gave him blood. I'm sure I can beat Sigma. It'll be fine. One of the best rooms in the game, right there. Now to get through here, we're going to employ a little bit more of that good invincibility stuff. Or we were, until I got hit, and it kind of ruined everything. Also, goofing up the jumps ruins everything. Now, way back in the original Mega Man, I mean, there's always been boss refights, right? But in the original Mega Man, you fought them, if I recall correctly, you fought them as you were going through Dr. Wily's fortress, and I always thought that was neat. I thought it was a lot better than, you know, having one stage that's nothing but a bunch of teleporters, and repeat boss fights, and all that stuff. And they went back to that for this game, and never again, as far as I remember. I think it's good, though. Get some lives back, yeah. Gotta make up for all the horrible failures at the start of the stage. One more boss for Sigma Stage 1, and it's the Bow Spider. This boss is pretty easy, as long as you are observant. once you figure out how it moves, not very challenging. You do need to be a little quick on that trigger finger, though, because there's a very small window of opportunity where this thing is vulnerable. Have you figured out how it moves? That's right. Whenever it comes to a branch, it takes it. Ooh. Didn't quite anticipate that all the way. Ah. I thought he was coming all the way over on there. Okay. And there you see exactly how small the window of opportunity to hit him is. And it gets even smaller as he gets lower on life. One more will do it. Not that one though. Alright, one down, 3 more stages to go. Now sadly, despite the fact that it says it's saving progress, if you reload your save here, you start back at the start of the fortress. That's okay, because all of the tunes here are great. Oop! Took my eye off the jump. I saw that pellet and I was like, I'm filling my sub-tanks, it's gonna be great. If you take your eye off the jump, you wind up in a pit. Actually, let me get a little homing torpedo going on. It's our good friend, Chill Penguin. You know, I didn't show off any of his attacks last time, I just stun-locked him, so I'll leave him slightly alive so you can see what he does. But here's a special move. He makes some penguins, and then he does that. And that's about it. That's the only exciting thing Chill Penguin does. Other than that, simple fight. And on to the next one. Let's see. Looks to be that guy. Now, if you don't take him out, you have to fight his robot, and you don't get a robot for this section, and it's kind of lame. It's way better to have robots than not, most of the time. There we go. Whoop. If your robot takes too much damage, it will explode. Let's see. The really nasty thing about these vertical sections is when you do get hit and it knocks you down, everything respawns. Alright, here we go. This time we've got the weakness. So you go a lot faster. And even if he did start doing his nonsense, the great thing about the Chameleon Sting is that it splits, so you've got a good chance of hitting him no matter when you fire it during his animation. I do need to save that, though, because it is the weakness of the final boss of this stage. Which we're going to do right now. So this is this is a goofy one. So we're going to fight the giant face from Nick Jr. It's called Rangda Vangda. I think it's the brother of Bongo Bongo from Ocarina of Time, but I can't confirm that. It makes sense, though. This one fights with eyeballs instead of fists. Yeah, so if you kill the nose first, you do have to fight the rest of it with the eyes mostly off-screen. Do I have the Hadouken? No, I do not. I didn't get it because it was going to take quite a while, and I know there are people that need to get to bed. I did get all the rest of the power-ups, though. Alright, stage 3. So they crammed the rest of the robot or the Maverick refights in here, which is a little weird, but eh. Kind of forget who's left. Oh yeah, this guy. Classic jump and shoot. That's Mega Man in a nutshell right there. Now, if memory serves, this next part's pretty good for the cutter. Oops. Oh, I got 3 tanks filled. That's great. That saves a great deal of time. Oop. I really do like this attack, though. It's fun dodging all the spikes from the ceiling. But you know, if you got your timing pattern down, you can't do anything. And this is the result. And if I'm remembering correctly, I do think that the cutter is the weakness of the final boss of this stage. Let's just save some of that. There's actually one other thing for the cutter that I don't... Oh no, I didn't show it off before. We didn't have it, I did Flame Mammoth first. But when we refight Flame Mammoth, I'll show you something cool. So I think it's Flame Mammoth. It's either Flame Mammoth or Launch Octopus. We'll try on both. Oops. Oh no. Oh no! This guy is weak to the rolling shield, which we didn't have the first time around, and it's kind of tough to hit him with it, because he lets off so many projectiles, and it breaks if it hits a missile. Like so. That's one of the reasons I like fighting him with the Buster, is because you just plow through all of it. We're gonna get him, though. Alrighty, so I think Flame Mammoth is the last one. Oh yeah, we can get some stuff, though. Let's charge up. So, the Chameleon Sting protects you from spikes. That's a pretty cool thing that the game doesn't ever tell you, but it's just happens to be true. Alright, so I believe if you charge this up... Oh no, I'm wrong. Maybe it was on... Oh no, I forgot to try it on the octopus. Oh well. It kind of stinks to be a boss that's weak to Storm Tornado. Because not only are you taking big damage from it, you're also getting hit twice. It's brutal. And finally we have Guts Tank, or the Guts Tank equivalent, as it were. This guy's annoying because he can knock you off of the walls, but, you know, it's perfectly fair for there to be, you know, at least one boss where the standard strategies don't quite work. He speeds up greatly, and also does this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. I thought that was how you did it. Is it just Flame Mammoth or just Launch Octopus? I thought you could cut them both. It's been too long. It's been too long. I'll have to check it out later. And that brings us to the final stage. See how I'm doing on sub-tanks. Just a little bit. Let's just fill that last one up. See how well the game will cooperate with health. Doing alright. Doing alright. Yeah, you can. That's what I thought. I thought you could. Alright, time to fight Sigma. Or rather, first you fight his dog. But you don't get Rush, but Sigma gets Rush. It's messed up. So he actually behaves like one of those things from Woodman's stage. Pretty messed up that Sigma thinks it's good that you blew up his dog. That's how you know he's evil. He's also like a Jedi or something. It's weird. I don't quite understand. But... Whoops. You can get him stuck in a loop pretty easily. Oh, losing inputs. Losing inputs, that's not good. Alright, I'm gonna use a sub-tank just in case, and move where I'm putting my hands just a little bit. I'm getting some disconnect on my right Joy-Con again. It's not exactly a thrilling fight, but it is effective. And there's nothing really he can do about it. He's a slave to his artificial intelligence that tells him that jumping repeatedly at a wall is good. Now, if I did have the Hadoken and I hadn't gotten hit, then it's possible to one-shot this final form, and really one-shot anything in the game. But here we are, using Rolling Shield on a final boss that we can't reach. Oop. Ooh. Ooh. It's coming all the way over to get me. Let's just be safe here. We don't want to have to redo all of this. But we do need one of these hands to get out of the way. Oh no. Nope. Alright, everyone hold on to your butts. Yes! Oh. Why have you done this? I don't know, man. This is what Capcom told me to do. Just blow up all the robots. That's just what happens when you're in a Mega Man game. Alright, so one of the key defining characteristics of X is that he's a super pacifist. So now it's time to read a bunch of words about how Mega Man is sick of fighting all the robots. So overall, Mega Man X, I think it's the best one in the series. I really like 4 as well. 4 is definitely right up there with it. I don't think the soundtrack's anywhere near as good. But it does this cool thing where you can, play through the entire game as X or Zero. Even though he's dead right now, that's fine. This game operates on anime rules, he'll be fine. But even though the levels and the bosses are all the same, because of the completely different playstyles of the characters, it's like 2 completely different games, and both of them are good. The cutscenes, however, are, they're a different kind of good. They're like Mystery Science Theater sort of good. See, right here, we got the Capcom wondering, how long are we going to make Mega Man games? Do we really have to keep doing this? I think that ties into the whole idea that this was going to be like the last game with Mega Man in it, and then they were going to switch over to Zero as a protagonist. Still not sure if that's apocryphal or real, but, you know, it kind of makes sense, the themes for this game. Not the Mega Man anime levels. Yeah, they made the that Battle Network TV show, which was not good, if memory serves. Bee-Blader, that's the name of the helicopter. Gunvolt, your game isn't for another decade. Anybody played the Gunvolt games? Azure Striker Gunvolt? I played the first one and I liked it a lot. I never got around to the second one though. Has anybody played Gunvolt 2? Do you know if it's good? There's Rangda Bangda, the giant face. And now we're visited by the 8 ghosts of Robot Masters. Or Mavericks, as the case may be. Yeah, Gunvolt is, it's kind of like the X games. It's actually closer to Mega Man Zero, but it uses a neat kind of system where you tag enemies with your shots, and then you push a different button to damage them with, like, electric shocks. It's pretty neat. I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard this from, it was some recap from Awesome Games Done Quick or Summer Games Done Quick that said that you have to sing J-pop to beat the final boss of Gunvolt 2. Which is about the weirdest thing I've ever heard of for beating something. Like, you've had stuff like the DS Zelda games, Phantom Hourglass, where you have to shut the system to transfer a map, where you have to blow in the microphone, or spirit tracks, all sorts of stuff, but I've never heard of having to sing J-pop to win. Alright, so are we going to get real credits? Yeah, there's some real credits. It's jazzy. This is still back in the day where people used pseudonyms, since companies were afraid of poachers taking their programmers and the like. What I really want to know is, who made this music? This jammin'. Elf. Santa obviously helped. Honolulu Yama. I want that person to help. Do we get a credits tease? I think we get a tease. That monitor's for, right? No? Maybe not. I'm also waiting for the thing to pop up saying that I beat the game. Like, so the Legacy Collections, they have achievements, even on Switch. There we go. Da-da-da. Alright, well that is Mega Man X. It's awesome. I'm feeling nice and warmed up. I'm ready for Mega Man 11, since we all know that that's what comes after X. if you convert your Roman numerals a little wrong. I remember when this game came out and people thought that it was, Mega Man 10, even though there weren't enough at the time. Alright, so that's going to do it for me for the evening. Thank you all who came out tonight. Thanks, JKitty, for hosting. And if you missed any of this, I'm going to upload it to YouTube on the Virtual Yinzer Max channel. And yeah, that's it. It was fun. I'll see you next time.